Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. Today we're going to be creating flexibility throughout our lower body. So find just a little bit of space to move. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's get started. So let's begin laying down today. So find your way onto your back. And just keep your feet planted and your knees bent. And we're just going to heel toe our feet out a little bit wider, maybe to the edges of the mat. And just let your knees just fall towards one another. And if your knees touch together, no problem. You don't feel much at all through the legs. You can bring your feet out even wider. Just kind of rotating those hips inward a bit. And once you've got a little something going on through your legs, just place one hand on your belly and your other hand on your chest, closing your eyes. And just take a nice big breath here. Nice big inhale, maybe through your nose. And exhale, maybe out your mouth. And another nice big breath in. And out. One more nice big inhale. Fill up with air. And an exhale. Let it go. Start to settle in. Continuing to feel your breath, but you don't have to put a lot of effort into it. You can if it feels good, but you don't have to. Just allow yourself to put any thoughts that are on your mind off to the side. And then just keeping your eyes closed. With your next inhale, I want you to just start to open up the knees. Bring some space between your knees and then gently begin to heel toe your feet back together. If it feels good, you can take your knees for a little rock side to side. We're going to start to bring the right foot and place it on top of the left quad. So you can keep that left foot down on the mat, or you can lift it up into the air a little or a lot. And you might want to hang onto the back of the left leg to help bring the legs towards the chest and get a nice glute stretch on that right side. Option to add a couple ankle circles with the left foot. And if you're adding those ankle circles, do a few in each direction. Nice job, you guys. Just giving those legs a nice big hug. And then we're slowly just going to let that left foot come all the way back down to the floor if you did lift it. Uncross your legs and switch sides. That left foot can rest on top of the right quad. Option to keep the foot down or lift it, however far you need to go to get a nice glute stretch. Now onto that left glute. If you'd like to add some ankle circles, go for it. Just try to relax the back of your head and your shoulders on your mat. Just putting as little effort into this as you can. Just your arms got to work to keep your legs lifted. Nice job, you guys. Giving those legs maybe a little bit bigger of a hug. And then nice and slow, you can start to let the legs come back down and uncross them all the way. If you'd like to rock a little side to side, massage the low back a little, go for it. We're going to be coming all the way up to seated, so you can either roll to the side or rock forwards, but just find your way up into a comfy seat. We're going to bring our legs out We're gonna cross our legs to start. We're gonna do double pigeon. So some of you know this one. The goal here, I guess, is to have your shins parallel to the top of your mat. So we're not sitting cross-legged. Our feet aren't really crossed. We're trying to stack one foot over top of one knee and then one knee over top of the other foot. So the shins are kind of in line with one another. I like to flex my feet in this. Some people are up here leaning back and there's a nice big space between the feet. That's okay as long as your knee doesn't hurt. If it does hurt, just come more into a cross-legged seated position and you can still work on a little forward fold if it's available. You could also grab a nice big pillow and stick it between your knee and your leg if you want to get kind of comfy. But others are able to bring the knee down on top of that ankle and then tip forward a little bit in there. That top leg, whatever that top leg is for you, you should feel that nice glute stretch. Similar to where we were on our back. Double pigeon. Nice job, you guys. Just another breath here. We won't stay too long. And if you're folding any amount, just use an inhale to lift your upper body back up. We'll gently uncross the legs. If you need a little shake, a little break, take it. We're just going to switch sides though. So bring your top leg down to the bottom, start to set it up. Again, try to have your shins parallel if that works for you. Or if it doesn't, you can sit more cross-legged. Just kind of play with lowering that knee towards the foot. See what happens. See how far you can go. Again, I like to flex my feet in this one sometimes. And adding a forward fold if it feels good, if it's available, if your body lets you. But just a few breaths. Wherever you're at, just close your eyes. Just breathe. Feel whatever sensations are running through your legs. Nice job, you guys. If you're folding, use an inhale, slowly bringing yourself back up, gently uncrossing the legs. A little shake if you need it, a little rock, and we're going to bring our legs out in front. So we're going to start by having our legs together. And we'll take a forward fold so you can have a nice big bend in your knees. Find a nice long spine. Maybe just pulling the toes back towards your forehead, give you a stretch to your calves, through your hamstrings, and you want to stay here. Or maybe work on straightening the legs and staying here. But if you want to add a little forward fold, if it feels okay on that low back, you can start to bring your chest towards your knees. Maybe hanging onto the feet or just resting your hands at your sides. Take this as far as feels right for you. So play with it. A nice forward fold. My hamstrings are nice and tight today. This feels awesome. And then just taking a couple breaths wherever you've decided to go. We're letting your shoulders just fall from your ears. And keeping the jaw nice and soft. Awesome work, you guys. Okay, so technically you have the option to stay here, but I do want to try something different. I want you to bring your feet out to the edges of your mat. So you might want to sit all the way up and just bring your feet out to the edges of your mat. So not a really wide straddle, not legs together forward fold, somewhere in between. So same thing though, you can have a bend in the knees. You can have your hands behind you for support, but we're going to fold forwards. We're going to see how this feels different or the same as the last one. I like to just hang on to the kind of just right beside my pinky toes, my pinky toe mounds, and gently, gently just kind of turn the feet just slightly instead of hanging onto my big toes. This feels really good. So just a few breaths. Awesome job, you guys. Wherever you're at, just use an inhale and start to lift your upper body back up. One more. Now I want you to bring your feet out as wide as you can. I'm just going to turn so don't hit the wall. Now your feet are coming out as wide as you can get them. And the same thing, your hands can come behind you for support. You can stay here. Maybe you're already feeling a nice inner thigh stretch, or you can start to tip forwards. You could grab for the feet, or you can have your hands in front of you for support. Awesome work, you guys. Using an inhale, gently start to lift yourself back up. Your hands can come to the outside of your legs. You can just help them come back together. Give yourself a little shake or a little hug. Got one last pose today, pigeon. So we've done a couple variations of pigeon, but we're going to bring our right leg forwards this time and send the left leg back. So start to set up your pigeon. Your heel can be nice and close to that left hip. You could even throw a pillow underneath your right glute if it's lifted, but just sinking into the hips here. And taking an inhale if you're still lifted with the chest. And as you exhale, melt it forward if you want to fold forwards. People with a little bit more openness to the hips can sometimes bring the foot away from that left hip and get a little bit more of that glute stretch. But just gonna, again, play with it. Find what works, what feels right for you. And while we want to find the stretch, we also want to be able to relax the upper body and be able to breathe without too much effort, I guess. A little comfort in the uncomfortable. Let's take one last breath on this side. And using an inhale to gently lift the upper body up. Chest nice and proud. Lift that chest. And then I'm just going to roll to the side and swing my back leg forwards. You can transition to the other leg however you'd like. But move slow, move gently. Sending that left leg forwards. Again, you can start by having that heel nice and close to that right hip. Keeping it there if it feels good. Maybe rock it out a little just to sink into those hips. And let's take one last inhale to lift the chest. And then if you want to fold, exhale, fold it forwards. Just letting your eyes close if you haven't already, finding the breath. I'm just going to notice if this side feels different than the other. Maybe it's similar. Let's stay for that last full breath. And using an inhale to slowly lift the chest, lift that chest a little higher. And then I'm going to just roll to the left side and swing my back leg forwards, but transition out of your pigeon however you would like to do so. And maybe just find a nice seat here. Give yourself a little hug, a little rock side to side. And then that is it, you guys. That is all. I hope that you enjoyed the practice and you enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, namaste.